everybody? Jen is here. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope the static is resolved. You can tell me if there's still more static. I think I fixed it, but I honestly have no idea. It's been a day. It's always been a day. It has been a day. I saw you all yesterday. What did we do yesterday? I can't quite remember. Oh, we were drawing. That's it. We were drawing. Hello, everyone. Hello, Plus. Hello, Meteorite, Spacey, K-Bine. Hello, hello. It's very nice to see all of you again, as always. I've got something to confess, chat. I've been... Thank you for the hydrate. I will drink. I do actually have with me. I've got a choco malt drink. I'm drinking, but it's really hot right now. It's a bit too hot. Thank you for the pat meteorite. Hello, how's everybody's day been? How have you all been since I last saw you? I have something to confess. I've been a little bit in the downs lately. A little bit. I've got the sads. I've got the sads. Now, nothing has happened. I promise you, nothing is going wrong. In fact, a lot of things have been going great. A lot of things have been, you know, happening. I've got a lot of opportunities. There's no reason to really be sad. But I've got a little bit of the sads because my mind is weird. And whenever things are going really, really well, my brain is like, oh, no. You can't be too happy. If you're too happy, bad things will happen. You need to feel a little bit sad and a little bit panicky in order for everything to be perfectly balanced as it should be. I guess if I really, really reach the bad things that have happened, which are not even that bad, is that I spilled watercolor all over my chair. I had the watercolor bottle in my hand and I forgot I had it in my hand and I tipped it over and it spilled onto my chair. But luckily, it was watercolor, so I was able to remove most of it. But now my chair is forever stained, slightly blue. And I had a very important meeting, but it was unfortunately pushed back at the last second. I'm a little bit... I'm not sad. I just wish it had happened today. Yeah, squats should make me feel better, shouldn't it? Alright, I'll do some squats with everybody. Thank you, please. I'll disappear from the screen a moment. Squats. Alright. You know what? I'll give you guys some stars. That will be like squats. Or under your human. 5, 7, 10. Okay, squats accomplished. Feeling a little less sad because now I'm squatted out. Thank you. Thank you, chat. You always know how to get me out of the sads. But yeah, things have been going really well lately. I think it's just a matter of, yeah, my brain is weird. It wants to feel sad. And I haven't gotten to go out as of late because I've been a bit tired. I haven't managed to get many things done, so I think it's the restlessness. I'm just feeling a bit restless. But I'm not too restless that I need to do squats. Yeah, I've just been feeling a bit restless. I want to do more content. I want to edit stuff. I want to get some stuff written out for my other work, and it's gonna take time, it's gonna take effort, and I think I need to head out into the apocalypse where I feel more motivated to do stuff instead of being stuck at home. So I will do that, and I'll get myself out of the sads. And I know all of these thoughts, they are just my brain being super weird. Don't ever listen to your negative thoughts. They're gonna come. Your negative thoughts are gonna come in waves, and you're gonna be really tempted to think that they're real, but they're not real thoughts. Negative thoughts are almost never real. And I don't mean to vent too much to chat. I just wanted to say that, yeah, I've got a little bit of the sads, but it feels better to talk to everyone. I think I have been comparing myself a little bit as well. I've been looking at all the other VTubers and all the other people, and I'm wondering if I'm not growing enough, or maybe I don't have any personality to stand on. All the usual things, all the usual social anxieties, the usual paranoia. Don't feel too worried, okay? 10A is alright. It's just normal thoughts. I've learned to deal with them by now. And if anything, I guess that means I should put myself out more and try to collab more with people. And I am, or for the most part. For those of you who don't know, we are having D&D stream. 10A is doing fine minus the scuff. Oh, I can't escape the scuff. What if the scuff is making me sad? Is there any way I can avoid the scuff and feel better? But yeah, I want to collaborate with more people. I've been seeing a lot of people that I've talked to in the VTuber space, and they're all doing really fun collabs and games together and servers together, and I just think I really want to do all of that, but it's probably my own fault for not reaching out or for not being interesting enough to collab with. Those are the bad thoughts. No, Tenny, no. Maybe someone can help you the technical side. I'll go and call Chimpanzee. He's really good with the tech stuff. I'll kidnap him. I'll fly him over, and then I'll make him help me with all the technical stuff in the post-apocalypse. Thank you for the pat plus. Yeah, I wanna collab with. I don't know. Can you just ask people like, hey, can I play with you, or can I play on your server? It feels like intruding. It feels like if they didn't invite you in the first place, then they're probably the answer was probably always gonna be no. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's not for you to worry, chat. It's not for you to worry at all. Play what? I wanna play Minecraft again. I've been seeing a lot of people play Minecraft, and it's reignited this little spark. But I also wanna play on a server with people. Hello, goodie. Hello. Welcome to the chat. It's supposed to reach out. I know. I just don't know how. I wanna play Minecraft, as Meteorite says, Minecraft. But I wanna play on a server with people. But it's hard to find people to play on a server with. And also, I don't know if they'll be interesting for all of you to see, because when I play Minecraft, I just get really quiet. I just like to go places and find stuff. And also, I might curse. If something really scary or sudden happens, I might curse, and then I need to raise the age level of the stream. A lot to think about. You can let me know as well. Do you think it'd be interesting to play Minecraft? Fun Minecraft streams in the future? Maybe. I really want to play on a server with people. I want to play on a server with people but never interact with any of those people. There's a lot of cool RPG mods you can try. That's true. My main goal in Minecraft, you know, is always the same. Whenever I start a new world, the first thing I need to do is find an axolotl and then build an entire axolotl sanctuary. And then find more animals and build a zoo. That's always my goal. And I don't know if there's a name for it. You know how there's redstoners and builders and PvPers. I don't know if there's a name for somebody who just wants to collect all of the animals and build a gigantic zoo for them to reside in. I won't even build a house. I'll have a small dirt tamers, maybe. I'll have like a small shack, just a wooden shack. And then I'll give everything to my axolotls. One day I'll breed a blue axolotl. That's what I really want to do. I've never seen a blue axolotl properly before. I've never even spawned one in because I want to breed them properly. And then I will have the rarest axolotl on the server. But yeah, I need to reach out to people. I know there's a lot of SMPs starting out with strangers, but I'm a little bit shy with strangers. Even though people that I've seen playing Minecraft recently, I feel like I don't know them well enough to ask, like, hey, can I play Minecraft on your server? Because it feels... it feels... feels like you're leeching off. It feels like you're mooching off people because they're also streamers. But it's the parasocialism. It's the parasocialism. Arc. I wouldn't mind Arc, but Arc I know is quite buggy. And honestly, I don't know if my computer can handle it. It might die. It might go kaputs. Anyhow. The one thing that I have been working on these few days have kind of taken up all of my attention in a good way, because at least I'm doing something instead of doing nothing. Is, of course, a very special little plush that I've been doing. And I'm sure by now everyone is sick of me talking about it. Let me actually shift so you can see what I've done so far. Wait, I forgot to change the thing to capture transparency. There we go. Where am I? I've disappeared. There I am. Oh no. Hello, okay. Hello. I'm back. We're back. Why are people stacking on my screen? What's going on? Do I have 2 instances of this? I do. Alright. Gonna delete one so that there's only 1 instance of people on my screen. Oh, bye, Plus. I'm sorry that you have got off so early, but thanks for dropping by. Bye-bye. Have a good time doing whatever you need to do. They will be chill as always. I think every stream has been chill so far. I'll try to find something more exciting to play to make it less chill on the next stream. Malt. I love my malt chocolate. It's so good. As well, if people have suggestions on what I should do for the late night Sunday stream, could you please tell me? All I know is that I want to do a late night Sunday stream just to test out the timing, and also because I want to raid one of my oshis who are awake at that time. Yeah, that's mainly it. I also want to see if it's possible for me to stay up that late. If they're reaction stream, I don't mind. Do you think if I post up in Discord and Twitter, will people get me enough stuff to react in time? Do I just say react to memes? Help. What do I react to? React to memes, react to D&D stuff. I could be like a nerd. I could react to D&D games where the DM is giving the rules, and I'll pause it halfway. I'll say, actually, the rules should be like this because according to the player's handbook. Should I do those kinds of streams? D&D based reaction streams. Or I guess people react to memes, right? They react to memes, they react to all sorts of stuff that I have no idea about in all actuality. Try to make you laugh while we submit the videos. I'm just throwing ideas. Oh, you wouldn't like that. I'll be honest, you wouldn't like that because sometimes I don't laugh at all. It's weird. Sometimes I'm really easy to make laugh, but other times if I'm just like a bit exhausted, a bit tired, I'll find it funny, but I won't laugh. And then it's just gonna, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna sit through 3 hours of this. It'll sit through 3 hours of me just staring at the screen, not laughing at all, maybe going, oh yeah, I think that's funny, but not having enough of a reaction. I do love the ideas, so keep throwing them. Keep throwing them. I do like the idea of a reaction stream. I don't know if it's worth it to play games or time for you laugh, you lose. No, you guys would lose. I swear you would lose. If I don't want to break, I won't break. But also as well, hello everyone. Hello. Is it a bit too bright? There we have a little bit of a light. As you can see, I'm not wearing my my hand warmers again, just because my wrist is still feeling a little bit poorly. So I am still wearing my brace. It's gotten a bit better. I have hopes that it's gonna heal-ish soon, but this thing just, it comes and it goes. Anyhow, I wish I had a box so that all of you could ask what's in the box. That's a really old movie reference. I don't think anybody knows what I'm talking about. But yes, what's under the cloth is, of course, a little zombie. A little zombie is under the cloth. Shift a little bit so you can see. I realize I'm blocking him. There's little zombies on the cloth, and you can look at this and say, Tene, you've done so much. But if you look closely, you can see that all of these hair strands are currently, ouch, my wrist, are currently pinned in. So today's task is to slowly sew everything down and pin everything in. I knew it was hurt, but brace never hurts concerning her. It's alright. The brace is my own prescription. It's just to keep it from moving so much, and honestly, when it's tight, it feels like a hug on my wrist, and it makes it feel a little bit better. Yes, hair, let's go. I still need to I need to sew off his hair in. So today we will be chilling, relaxing, and we'll just be sewing all of his hair in by hand, because I have no idea how to do this on this machine. I'm actually quite proud of the way his hair turned out. The first time I did hair was on the Vela plushie, and the Vela plushie is the first time I did this kind of hair where it's two different pieces sewn together. The Vela plushie, I don't think I did a very good job because I hand sewed most of it, and when I used a sewing machine, I just wasn't using it properly. I wasn't like taking it to the proper corner and stuff, and you know, all the sewing machine lingo. So as much as I love the Vela plushie, I don't think I did a good job on the hair. This one I'm a little bit more proud. That his hair came out as I wanted it to. Of course, there are some special things about this hair. If you might let me ramble a little bit, we have, as always, as I tie off this thread, my wrist, when I turn it a little bit, sometimes it still hurts. But it's not that serious. It's just like a sudden straining. Thank you, goodie. Let me show off a little parts of his hair that I'm quite proud of. So of course we have the embroidered, sparkling, shining bit. This is embroidered, and it's embroidered and then sewn together, so you don't see it on the other side, so you don't get a mess of thread. I'm proud that I had the foresight to do that. And you can see it's a bit hard to see under the light, but you can sort of see that parts of him I've used watercolor. Yeah, I can take off this whole chunk of hair. Parts of him I've used watercolor, and it's a little bit messy, a little bit awkward, but I kind of like it. Kind of like the way the watercolors spread out. I think I like the inside a bit more than the outside. The outside's a little bit messy, but you know, I like it. I think it still looks alright. It's part of his design now. That it's a little bit messy, it's a little bit spread out. I'll put this aside. I'll put this so you can see what I'm putting aside. Put this aside for a moment. I actually did an earlier version of this, but I spilled my watercolor ink everywhere. To give you an example, pretend this is the watercolor bottle. I was holding it like this. I was holding the cloth in my hand, and I was standing up trying to test it, and then I was testing it, I just whoop, I just turned it over without thinking, and the whole thing Not a lot of it, thankfully. The whole thing just spilled out onto my chair. My poor chair is now forever stained by watercolor. But this was the earlier version I did. I don't like it as much, so I'm actually glad that I ruined it so that I could repaint it. I didn't like it. It's the bangs. What do you call it? The flesh, not the flesh. The hair things were not done. Wabi sabi, you know. I haven't heard that in a long time. So yeah, today is all about sewing everything down to his head and making sure that it doesn't move as much. And I'm trying to leave his brain as exposed as possible so that we know that he has a brain and that he doesn't have an excuse not to use it. I'm sorry. I don't know how far I can joke with these sort of things. Like Crony's really nice on stream and he's really open, but I don't know him personally, so I don't know if it's okay to joke about these sort of things. I mean, chat roasts him from time to time. I like to roast him in chat, but this is not chat, this is my stream, and I'm not sure how much can I actually rip off him, how much can I actually roast him. Because it feels weird to roast people. I get that he's quite open about it, but still, I'm not sure. In fact, let me make myself a little bit smaller. I don't want to take up a lot of the stream. Everything should be focused on Zombie Boy today. On Zombie Plush. Zombie, not man, Femboy. Where do I start? Because some things are layered. I guess I'll start with the easiest ones, which are the ones that are directly into his plush. I'll be focusing on that. And I'll try to keep it in view as much as possible. But you know me, it might be a little bit, just a little bit difficult. Still nervous about accidentally getting on camera, but I think I'm in the safe square where even if I lean really forward, it's not gonna capture me, so it's fine. How long do you think you've spent on this plush so far, like time-wise? Honestly, the head and this alone, I'd say probably four days, but not 4 full days. I usually do a lot of stitching in the night because I'm busy in the day. Today I was working on his hair a little bit before stream. I was trying to do a bit of work, but my mind just wasn't there, so I decided to work on his hair instead. I'm not sure exactly how much time it's gonna take me to do it. I'm not measuring, but in terms of streaming timing, I'm anticipating that this entire thing is probably gonna take me about 4 weeks. So 4 weeks, in between, you know, I'll be doing other stuff as well. I won't be just continuously working on the plush. But about four or so weeks. And in the 4th week, I should have it more or less ready. Hopefully, I pray. If it's 5 weeks, oh my god, that's too much time. I have other plushes I need to do. Rest assured, I think that Crony might be the most difficult plush that I ever do for this while. Eventually I will come back and do another super complicated plush that's gonna be really difficult. It's gonna break my hand again. But for now, I think Crony is probably the most complex one that I have lined up. So after he's done, I've got some simpler plushies in mind to do. Like the raffle winner is one. Elrise as well. Nabe I also have to do. Thankfully, Nabe's one is super cute, but also not so oh, look, it's detailed, but it's not as detailed as this. When I saw this, I've told you all, haven't I, that there was just an urge that I just had to do this. Let me turn on the music a little. It's like a binge. It's like something inside you just Snaps, pulls, tugs, awakens. Let me figure out how I wanna think I know how to. So put all a little bit. Box of needles. Here is a box of needles I've spilled multiple times all over the place. My malt drink that has cooled down enough. I can show you my chocolate drink. Not hot chocolate, it's malt chocolate. Can I confess to you something as well, chat? So I recently got a reply from Vera. She was the one that I did the plush of previously, my first Oshi. She replied me in the YouTube comments and it was really nice, it's really fun. Super nice, super fun. Really sweet about it as well. I'm glad she liked the plush. The thing I want to confess is not the fact that she messaged back, which of course again super nice. Check her out, Vella's live on YouTube. But also I was really worried that maybe I was being too. It's the social anxiety brain again, right? Like after making the plush, I was worried like, oh maybe she doesn't really like them. Even though before she's watched the streams and she said the plush was cute, but I don't know, I worry that if I talk too much about my oshis or if I keep bringing them up that they're gonna find it weird. Even now it's like, am I talking about them too much? Is this too much? Did I never speak of them again? I like speaking about them as a fan, but maybe I should stop as well because I'm my own VTuber. I can't just keep bringing up other VTubers and talking about them because then I'm just talking about them, not saying anything interesting on my own. Those are the kind of thoughts that plague me. Those are the kind of social anxious thoughts that muddle my mind and make it difficult to function. But I need to just constantly tell myself like that they're not real, they're not accurate. Most of the time people are fine, they're chill, they're good. It's just that you grow up. Oh, look at it blowing in the wind. I've grown up constantly worrying about what people think of me. And in part that was because I had a family, I have a family who is very, very cognizant of what other people think. So I always grew up thinking that people are just constantly judging you, doing judgments on things you do and who you are as a person, when that's not true. Most of the times they're just thinking about themselves, worrying about what they're gonna do in their own lives. You know, it's justified. They shouldn't need to worry about me. I'm not making a lot of sense, am I? Just me rambling at social anxious thoughts and the way they can take over your mind and make you feel terrible about stuff. Even crony plush over here. I love doing crony plush. As much as I complain for all the things that there are to complain about, I really like doing crony plush. It really makes me very happy to do crony plush. But there's a part of me that it's part of me that's getting pricked by a needle. He's losing hair. He's balding. he's I'm gonna move this out of the way. Alright. But yes, you heard it here first. Crony is going bald. That's my needle. Yeah. Where was I? Sorry, in my rambles, in my rant. I'm sure it's interesting to listen to. Your social anxious brain. The social anxious brain just makes you believe that whatever you do, you're doing something wrong. and people are judging you for it, when most of the time they don't care. And I get that way doing things like the plushies, because I was really excited to do them at first. I'm still very excited to do all of them, but sometimes halfway through I'll stop and I'll think like, wait, is this a bad thing to do? Is it something that's too attention seeking, or am I being rude by just going ahead and doing a plush of someone that I don't know? And I've had it with normal plushies as well. I've sewn plushies for people to give to them in secret, because I can't handle doing it publicly. So I've done it secretly. I've sewn plushies for people secretly, gifted it to them, and I've never wanted to do it in person because I get too anxious. It's just too much social anxiety that flares up, where I'm thinking like, oh, maybe we haven't known each other long enough for me to make them a plush. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe they won't like it, or maybe they'll think it's weird, or they'll think I'm weird, and so on and so forth. Again, these thoughts, not accurate, not true, not real. I still think them, so that in a way they become a little bit real to me. And anyway, I still prefer anonymous gifting regardless. I think it's more fun to anonymously. Then you don't have to deal with all the stuff that comes with not gifting anonymously. I will deny it if anybody comes up to me and asks like, did you make this plush? I will deny it till the grave. He's continuously losing hair, but that's fine. Just gonna try and sew him up all together. As long as it takes. I promise I will get faster. Rambling and ranting. Trying to figure out the best way to actually sew. It's a bit tricky because you see this part stands up. I need to sew it in a way that it comes up. And I don't know if that's the best. Certainly keep it attached. But I might do another stitch across just to make sure that it's fully secure. That's the issue of hand stitching, right? That sometimes it's just not getting as tight as. Also, my string keeps wrapping around my microphone. I've been ranting for a long time. Sorry about that. What kind of social anxious thoughts do you have, chat? If you do have any. Or what do you do when you have social anxious thoughts? Do you just ignore them? Or do you not even have them? I can't imagine not having them. They're kind of like a part of my life. Or as much a headache as they cause me. Getting caught on other things. Let me lock in a little bit. I'll try and finish this part a bit fast. Also, it's also sending me that it's taking so long. Move him around, he's just gonna continuously lose hair. I'm gonna turn off my fan, it's blowing the string everywhere. I will try to be less socially anxious. every day I get a little bit less. Well, get better at ignoring the thoughts come with social. Normally what I would do in silence. So I'm trying to figure out like stuff because usually I just put on a video. Recently I've been watching a little bit of Rebel D, and I think like Spill Sesh, some of the guy who covers all the financial plans, the bad financial decisions that people make. Just been watching them, and I feel a little bit better seeing that I don't make the same bad financial decisions that some people have been making. This is a weird feeling, right? That you have to you want to look at somebody doing worse so that you feel better that you're not doing as bad. But there's a false sense of security. You shouldn't be holding standards of others. All of this just for one strand of hair. I'll fix this. I'll fix all of it in a little. I just want to get this one going on. Because it was meant to be the easier section, but the more I toy with it, I don't think it is as easy because it's a standing piece. Go do the right proper thread, the right direction. Caught in the felt. Caught in the felt, and then the thread gets caught in anything else. Hi goody, come back. I'm just fighting with the needle, a little bit stuck. How's it caught on? Just caught because the needle is being a little bit too fat to fit through the hole. There we go. Been rambling, not really saying much. I think all my attention is on this. You can see how all my pins have kind of fallen apart a little bit. That's fine. I roughly know the location to pin them back in. I know where to sew them down. If the needle would stop getting caught on all the threads, stop getting caught on all the pins. Great. his head's too big and round. All my plushies' heads, they're too big and round. Why do you use the pin so that I can see the location of where all the hair is gonna go? But they've kind of fallen apart a little bit now because I'm moving him around a lot. Normally I'd be holding him up, but because the table is there, I'm propping him up on the table. Is it weird that I call my plushies him, he, her, depending on who they're based on? Is it weird to give names to plushies? I mean, this is technically Crony, but it's not Crony, it's just a plushie of Crony. Plush Crony. I had to pick this design as well, you know, because I knew that it wouldn't get turned into a plushie of his all that soon. So I picked this design and he said, "Oh, we're gonna turn it into a plushie already." I mean, it's his design. He has fair game to do whatever he wants with it, but I've been the slightest bit miffed because I wanted to do a plushie design of his that he hadn't turned into a plushie yet. He already did Nival. I was gonna do Nival, which is his human version, but then I heard that he announced it on the stream that he's gonna have plushie version of that happening. So, but well, I feel like there's no point to do it. There's already gonna be a plushie of that exists. Oh. Through with me. Ah, you can see it's all tangled up. It's probably my fault. I wanted to arrange everything nicely, but I should have known that there are no nice things in crafting. Yeah, I should get a different colored needle so that you see it better. I'm going to sort of remove the bits of hair for a little bit just so that I have more space to work with. But this is bald knee. Balding Crony. Balding. He's doing his best, but he just keeps losing hair. It just doesn't want to stay. Balding Crony looks cute. Tell it to. Yeah, you know what? He switches between full hair and bald, but we never see balding. This is like a midlife crisis. Got one strand of hair left, and that's it. The rest of him slowly falling off like an actual zombie. You know, like an actual zombie. It's all just slowly deteriorating. Now I'm just doing a second layer of stitch to properly secure it down. Stitching takes time. I wish it didn't take this much time. Wish I could do things like super quickly. But stitching takes time. It takes time, especially if your needle keeps getting Crony, behave. Can you please release my needle? I'm trying to give you hair. Stop sucking down my needle. His head's very tough. That's why his head is tough. My needle keeps getting he's I say stick-headed. This is gonna turn into Crony roast. If you try to go too fast, it might affect the quality. Yeah, that's true. Crony, please. I need my needle. It's stuck. It's stuck again. His head is too thick. Crony, release. Crony, release the needle. Okay. Thick-headed, more like it. Thick skull. Thick skull, and yet you can do this. It's okay, a lot of these stitches will be hidden as well when I properly do it. But yeah, you're right, if I go too fast, the quality probably wouldn't be as good. You can see like the stitches at the back of it. But it does get hidden when I add more hair pieces, so it's not so bad. I'm okay with it being a bit messy as long as it's secured. As long as his hair is secured, it doesn't fall off if somebody decides to give it a little tug or a little pull. Thick skull does not necessarily mean big brain. Oh, this is just turning into a roast crony session. It's just roast this VTuber that's not even here, that I don't even know personally. Everyone was so nice when it's Vela, but when it comes to Crony, right, and all the Necronites, I think that's why he calls his fan Necronites. They're just roasting the poor boy. I do call him boy. He is younger than me. I wasn't surprised to learn that. I know he's younger than me because he did like a video about something to do with his age. I was like, oh, he's younger than me. It feels weird being fans of people who are younger than you, you know? It's like you're following a child. He is child in my eyes. Small child. Protect the child. Or who let this child have him and Kid, because him and Kid are the same age. I don't watch Kid as much. Maybe I should. I can't remember if Kid is the one that plays the piano. He might be. I do love music, so maybe I should look into his streams. He seems quite fun when he collabs with Bonnie as well. Where was I? Let me get this out of my head or it becomes a problem. Get out. Not. Leave. Yes, gone. Yeah, it feels weird being fans of people who are younger than you, because I guess maybe it's because so I used to teach children. I used to teach kids. I used to give them tuition and stuff. So they're like every maybe I'm old. I am old. These are not young. These are not young sewing fingers. But it's just like, oh, you're a child. Who let this child come on the interwebs? Gave this child a computer? Who gave this child a VTuber setup? And it's weird because I used to hang out with. I used to be like 15 as well. I used to be like when you're 15 and somebody is like 15 and then there's 14, you're like, alright, well, we're close in age, we're like mature adults, all that. You think that way when you're not when you're a child. And then the moment you hit like 18 or something, you're like, oh my god, all these people, they're just babies. They do not know what they do. Must mean a lot of experience making plush. Then no, I started making plushies very late. If I count the number of plushies I've made, including the failed one, one, two. Do I count the monster ones? 4, 5, 4, 5, 8, 9. I think Crony is like my 11th or 12th plush I've ever made in life. Luckily number 12, maybe 13, who knows. But yes, as I said before, when you hit a certain age, everybody below the age of like 20 is just a baby to you. They are just young kids. They're kids and they're so dumb. There's somebody who has taught children before that look, they're kind of dumb. They kind of don't know what they do. They don't know what they need yet in life. Sweet child, protect the children. I don't know where this was going. I don't know what I meant to say with this, honestly. Just that, yes, in my eyes, Crony's child. Crony kid. I think most of his friends are around the same age. They are like youngins. They're youngins who honestly have done very well for themselves. But also, it's like, again, children, child, protect them. Why are you on the internet? But that might also be a byproduct of growing up in the 90s, the 2000s. I'm not sure. I feel like it's similar to being an older brother. Like, what do you mean you're old enough to drive soon? I remember just yesterday he was crying in front of the nursery. I remember just yesterday he was bald. But yeah, I think it might be a product of growing up in like when I'm gonna sound so old. I'm gonna sound so. Let me move the mic a bit. I'm gonna sound so very extremely old. Because when I was growing up, back in my day, we had phones, but we didn't have smartphones. So I was around when the smartphone was invented, and then we got smartphones like halfway through growing up. I used to have like I had a brick phone. I think it was a Nokia or a BlackBerry or something. The Nokia 3. There used to be Snake. The only game on the phone was Snake. And that was it. And everybody would crowd around the one person in class who had gotten a brick phone because they had Snake on the phone, and we just watched them play it because there were no other games to exist. The coolest toy was a Tamagotchi or I must say a Playboy, not a Playboy. What's a Game Boy? A Game Boy. You had a Game Boy and you couldn't even take them out because the sunlight would directly shine on it, and you wouldn't be able to play it because it's too bright. Game Boy, yes, Game Boy. My brain mixed them up. I was like, boy, and playing a Playboy. Nope, that's not it. That's not the right one. Those were the only sorts of games that you had. Look at me. Yeah, okay, this should. Those were the only games you had, and everybody would be so excited if you had them. So I grew up in the era. I'm old and sickly. I'm not sickly. I'm fine. My body's breaking down slowly, but it's fine. It's just the way of life. So he's too thick-headed. I can't get the pin in. I need to. I've been thinking when I make other VTuber plush, to message them like, hey, I'm gonna make a plush, but I'm also gonna roast you on stream. Is that alright? I don't know you, but I will roast you based on how easy it is to make your plushie. Which is why Crony's getting so much of my frustrations, is because his plushie is hard to make. It's similar to having a new set of color pencils in school and showing it off to your friends. Exactly! Kids these days, them youngins, them young kids. Okay, let me get the needle. See if I can get the needle underneath and out. Those youngins, them youngins, right? The young ones, they will never know what it's like to have a bejeweled calculator. Because we were still using calculators back then, and to be fair, it was the smart calculators that people had already moved on to. I'm gonna bring this just a little bit closer so I can hold it a little bit closer. We had those smart calculators. I think it was like Dell or something, and you could. You could do all sorts of fractions on them. Then, to be fair, we never got like the fanciful calculator craze because ours were all standardized. We all had standardized calculators. so we didn't really get to decorate them as much. But you had stickers on some, and then during exams they would tell you you have to peel these stickers off. You're not allowed to have calculated stickers in exams. It's crazy that newer gens don't have cartoons, which they don't. What do you mean they don't? Sorry for shouting. What do you mean they don't have cartoons? Well, I mean there are cartoons, but I guess they don't watch them as much. There's no like Saturday morning cartoons for them. I can't say what channels I watch because it'd be too obvious. Because there's a very specific channel, where I lived. I don't know, where they would show cartoons at a certain time of day. I think it was in the morning, and then afterwards in the evening it would just be all cultural shows. Which I don't know why they've switched. I guess maybe kids were in school, so they thought, okay, there's no children watching in the afternoon and evening, so we're gonna have to show programs for other people to enjoy, the cultured folk. I saw a video where they asked kids what their favorite cartoon was. Oh no, what did they say? And they were confused. They would rather watch YouTube videos instead. To be super fair, a lot of cartoons have migrated onto YouTube and the computer, like Netflix and all. So it's maybe that's just them going to a different medium. Oh, but it's so sad that kids don't even watch cartoons. Isn't Bluey doing really well? Isn't Bluey still a thing? I saw a few episodes of Bluey. It seems like a really nice cartoon. Saw a few episodes of Bluey, and then I saw a few episodes of Chinchilla, and I prefer Bluey. That's my stance. I like Bluey more. Don't get why some people are mad at Bluey. It's a good show. It's a good cartoon. Good morals. True, that is nice. I mean, cartoons have taken off a different form, which is not bad. I think it's fine to have different mediums where you're watching your cartoons now. But I don't know. There's not many cartoons on now that I think were as awesome as the cartoons that we had. I say as we, the older generation. Like we had Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory. We had the weird cartoons, right? The weird ones that were just so... There's an ad starting, I'm sorry. The weird cartoons. I'm trying to think of more. Dexter's Lab is the main one. Dexter's Lab. Powerpuff Girls back when it was good. You remember when Powerpuff Girls was good? I sound like such an old fogey. Just reminiscing on the days and saying that oh Ben 10! Ben 10 was so good! And then they came out of like Alien Force and all that, and you know what? It was fine. Camp Lake Bottom, I remember that was a weird one. I kind of preferred the more action cartoons. The ones that had a bit more of a plot, so I really love Ben 10. Nothing could beat Ben 10's original ghost transformations. They were amazing. Sometimes I get an urge and I just go online and I watch the original transformations and they look so cool. Like nowadays, a lot of kids media, they sanitize it too much. And you know what? Some part is fine. American Dragon, yes, American Dragon. And I said I don't like the new animation they did for the, I think it's the second or third season. But it was still a good show despite the animation downgrading. The OG 10 was the best. Yeah, the transformations were so visceral and I think that made it so awesome. You know, they describe it as like a boys cartoon and all that. But honestly, it was just an awesome cartoon. My favorite was Ghost Freak. I know I like horror stuff, so when I saw Ghost Freak, even when he became, spoilers, Ghost Freak became a villain, I still really loved his design. I love his concept. I loved his spooky voice. I like the way that when he transformed, you would see the skull just come out of the flesh and all. We used to get anime as well. Well, we still have anime. As like One Piece is still going on right now. I don't watch as much anime, I'm sorry. Because if I watch one episode, I need to watch all of them. So I've dropped a lot of anime because I don't have time. Because I know that I've an obsessive person. I would binge watch it and I would never get anything. So I don't watch as much anime, sorry. But Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, well, Pokemon's still going on. One Piece is happening. I think anime honestly is still thriving, so I think that's fine. From what I've heard, most anime is still thriving. It's not as bad. Oh, we had XJ9, Jenny the Teenage Robot. Um, even things like even things like Wings was fun. Wings and Witch. Witch was I preferred Witch to Wings, but it just wasn't as popular. Totally Spies was really cool. And then years later, people pointed out how weird some of the scenes were, but as a kid, you never notice. I'm just trying to list off all the cartoons I can possibly remember. Totally Spies, Wings, a Witch, and I know there's more. There should be more. I watched a lot. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog was so good. It was so fun. I think honestly, it taught a lot of children not to be. Right, The Amazing Spice is what you grew up on. I don't know what that is. Maybe I've seen it, but it might have been under a different name. Courage the Cowardly Dog was good. I think it taught kids not to be as scared of stuff. I know it did scare a lot of kids, and I'm sorry that you also got scared. But I think it helped build a lot of kids to be a bit more resilient in the future, honestly. Because Courage, no matter how scared he was, he never gave up. And he loved his owners a lot. I wish he could have reunited with his parents, but no, he found his family and he takes good care of that family. Can learn a lot from Courage. It's like Totally Spies, but there's a group of 4 sibling spies. That was the other one, right? With the monster, with like the 2 siblings and the caveman, and they were monster hunters, and they did do a crossover with Totally Spies. I can't remember. It had like the typical smart sister, dumb brother sort of thing. Scooby-Doo used to be good. Well, it was like the heyday of Scooby-Doo. There were some really good Scooby-Doos and there were some not as good Scooby-Doos. Flintstones was still running. Like they were rerunning Flintstones for kids. That was alright. It's an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Nickelodeon had... Oh, there was... Generator Rex. Yes, I watched Generator Rex as well. I wasn't as into Generator Rex, I think, because they had a crossover with Ben 10. I still prefer Ben 10 a bit more. I think I was a bit too young for Generator Rex. I didn't get into the more grounded concept. In a way, Invincible kind of reminds me of Generator Rex. I think because of the art style. Of course, it's more adult, but it has a similarity. What else? So that's fine. Balding. That's the only episode I watched as well. Other cartoons, if you all can remember, that existed back in that space. Disney movies were all animated and great. What else? I'm trying to think now. There's so many stuff. DuckTales the reboot was good though. I like DuckTales the reboot. I like that I think it's actually better than the original DuckTales. I wish it had gone on longer. I don't know if they ended it of their own volition or if they got cancelled, but the ending was really fun. Trying to think back on my childhood. Yeah. Lunatics Unleashed, which was like an edgy version of Looney Tunes, and everybody was lambasting it because they said, oh, it's just an edgy version of Looney Tunes. But for an edgy kid like myself, it was really cool. It was really fun. I confess, I kind of had a bit of crush on Ace the Rabbit. But I didn't turn out to be a furry. I'm sorry. But I thought they were really, as the kids would say back then, they were really sick. Unleashed. That was the normal Looney Tunes as well. Avatar, yeah, Avatar. I had a discussion recently with a friend about Korra and how how it's kind of like a little bit of wasted potential, I think. But they're not rebooting, they're continuing the avatar of the next avatar after Korra. I'm not really as into it as much anymore. I hope it turns out well. Hope they get a good audience. I kind of wish that they didn't keep rebooting it as much as they do. Hi Silver, hello, welcome to the stream. We're just sewing plushies today and reminiscing all about our childhood shows. Do you have any childhood cartoons that you remember back in the day? Or are you young? Are you younger than us old folks, old decrepit folks, just reminiscing about their cartoons? They don't butcher it like the Ben 10 reboot. I think the Ben 10 reboot. To be fair, Alien Force was fine. I think there were parts of Alien Force that were really fun. I think they try too much to make Ben too childish at times. Like we want to watch him grow and be. And then after a while, I kind of lost the plot a little bit after season 1 or 2. I kind of think Ben 10 had its heyday, and it should have ended where it ended with the grown-up Ben. And if they wanted to do more, have us follow him into adulthood. Like, there's never been a cartoon that follows the child character all the way into adulthood. I think that'd be pretty cool. Old timer, huge Muppets fan. Who is your favorite Muppet? And why? Why were they your favorite Muppet? Kermit doesn't count. He's everyone's favorite Muppet. I don't even know if he counts as a Muppet. No wait, they count as Muppet. They don't count as Sesame Street. No, those are all fine. Like, they rebooted everything to sell more toys and stuff, but they kind of lost the magic. The magic of Ben 10 was that it wasn't afraid to be gritty or realistic or to deal with hard topics. And I think that's missing in a lot of newer cartoons. I mean, Adventure Time's still good, but Adventure Time is one of the cartoons that have managed to grow up alongside you. I didn't watch Crazy Harry. Mythbusters. That's not a cartoon, but I love Myth. I was a little bit sad that they weren't actually friends in real life, but I'm glad that they respected each other in a professional capacity. And that kind of taught me, like, you can respect someone, but you don't have to be friends with them. That was a good lesson to learn. Stuck. Crony, please release my needle. Wait, let me try the OG series like Kid Ben 10, Alien Force is Teen Ben 10, Omniverse is Teen to Adult. Omniverse was fine. I think it's fine that they let it grow up as far. I think instead of rebooting it, they should have continued. I do enjoy that they made Kevin a part of the team. They retconned him because, you know, in the future he's supposed to be a villain, but you can kind of get away with that because there's like many universes now. I like Professor Paradox, he was really cool. So that was a cool way to like introduce like, oh, there's many different possibilities now. Kind of sad they got rid of Julie. I thought she was a fun character. I would have liked to see her more. I don't know why they decided to take her out. He's not releasing it, guys. He's not. He refuses to let go. Crony, please. Please, I need it, or else you'll be bald forever. I should have bought the gripper thingy so that I could grip it better. Crony, release it. Crony. Cronyville, please. Is this because my sub expired? I promise when I have enough, I'll sub again. Release my okay. I hate the animation so much, like Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans Go. Oh, Teen Titans Go! Look, the only good thing I can say about Teen Titans Go is I heard the voice actors are having fun. So I'm glad that the original voice actors are having fun. But I don't like it. I just... the original Teen Titans was so good. And maybe it was a budget thing. But yeah, I get that it's meant to be like a kids show and stuff now, but not my cup of tea. Not into it. Don't send anybody hate, by the way. I don't think anybody would, but I just have to say, just in case, don't send anybody hate about reboots. Horrid Henry. I did watch a little bit of Horrid Henry, but I don't think it was on in the time zone I was in, so I didn't get to catch. I caught glimpses. From what I hear, though, is that he was actually an alright child, and the parents were the ones that weren't raising him very well. Like, according to the people, there was a meme recently where they draw Horrid Henry all grown up, and he's living his best life, and his mom is like, "Why doesn't he call me anymore?" Everybody in the comments is saying that, oh, it's because the parents actually weren't that great of guardians to Henry. That's why he was considered horrid. Huge Muppets. Goody said, I was scared of the Muppets. Couldn't comprehend them existing. My dad made me believe they weren't real. They're real. They're real, and they're coming for you. They're coming for you. I didn't get to watch the Muppets. No. Oh, I really loved. I think it was called. Was it called Huntrix or something? It was by the guy who eventually went on to do Wings Club. Is it Huntrix? Before we got K-pop Demon Hunters, Huntrix cartoons. No, Huntix, I think. Huntix? I can't find it. I'm trying to look it up. It was a what was it? What was the cartoon? Hang on, I must look it up now. A cartoon before Wings. Hunter. Huntic. It's called Huntic. Yes, Huntic was it was a really cool cartoon. I think it's by the same guy who eventually went on to do Wings Club. Yeah, it is. And you had this group of hunters, and they had it was kind of like Pokemon, but they were like powerful beings in amulets, like legendary titans. And I don't think it ever finished, which made me really, really upset. Yeah, they only had 2 seasons. And it was super edgy and super dark. But I really liked it. Well, not super dark, but for a kid's cartoon, it was edgy. It was fun and edgy. I watched a lot of PBS, honestly, because cable wasn't available until Airtel's late teens. Sesame Street, Between the Lions, Reading Rainbow. I think I had cable. I don't know. I don't think I knew what cable was for a very long time until my parents explained it to me. Like, yeah, we have cable. But nowadays we don't, because you know, the internet. Martin Mystery, yes, that's the one I was talking about with the boy and the sister and the caveman. I must sound insane. We're talking about old cartoons that we used to watch. Yes, I watched Martin Mystery. I like the crossover with Totally Spy. I liked his sister. I like the sister character a lot. I think they had a little like alien mascot as well. I can't remember. I love the more edgier shows. I like the ones with like a little bit of mystery, a little bit of bite. Because I was an edgy child. Now I'm edgily sewing plushies for everyone. Like the kids will never know, right? Jackie Chan, yes, Jackie Chan Animated Adventures. I remember where they had to get all the zodiac pieces together. Oh, that was so fun. That was a classic. Yeah, I think they ended up rebooting it a little bit from what I heard, but I can't remember what they did. Either they made it like slightly live action or 3D or something. I don't remember. I was literally about to bring it up. It was really cool, and it was nice that he voiced it personally. Back when he was still able to voice cartoons, now he's too big a star. Shaolin Showdown. Oh, do you guys know there was a Shaolin Showdown review, not review, a reboot where they made it 3D and they made everyone start back at level 1, including Raimundo, who was I like Raimundo's character growth. He was the best character in the whole thing next to Kimiko. But they rebooted it in 3D and it was really bad. They added like an extra character. I still love Jack Spicer. Yeah, Jack Spicer is fun. Jack Spicer is a good character. I don't think they should have rebooted it. I think they should have continued on the story. Well, it was like a continuation, but why did they add like new characters? And you know, no hate. It was the original creator that came on, and I think it was a decision to add a new character. But this is not my cup of tea. I didn't realize they had a reboot until I saw a YouTube video about it, and I watched a little bit of it. I was like, nope, not my Shaolin Showdown. I liked when they used 3D for the fights, but not for a whole reboot card. It didn't work. Shaolin Showdown it's one of those shows where they're out to retrieve ancient artifacts, and there's a group of people, and it was really fun because they came from different cultures. You had Raimundo, you had Kimiko, you had what was the little yellow bald boy's name? You had a cowboy, you had a dragon. It was a very typical show, but I think it was special just because the character dynamics were really fun, and you had spoilers. The best character, Raimundo. You had him defecting and going to the dark side for a bit, and then you slowly see him learn his lesson. The designs were great, the voice acting. It was a really good show. Oh, Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce! I've seen it. I remember you're supposed to say like that as well. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. I remember it. Omni was a bald monk. Thank you, Spacey. I remember it. I liked it. I liked that show. That was when they were doing a lot of the like certain animal or special thing, and they're working as a team. There was another show that was like it. That was it wasn't monkeys. It was sushi. So the story was that there's some sushi, I think they got radioactive because everybody was getting radioactive back in the day, and they were like a sushi fighting force. And it was really funny. And I think that when they became like the fighting sushi, they got like seaweed wraps around their eyes or something, like ninja masks. I loved the effects on that, and I really liked there was one monkey I really liked. I can't remember if it was the green one. Let me just look it up quickly. Super Hyperforce Go. They were robot monkeys. Yes. I remember they were like normal monkeys, and then they got caught in an explosion. I know I liked Nova. I think it was Nova. I kind of liked. Was it the green one or the blue one? That I love it when there's like a little bit of betrayal. But I think one of them did defect at some point. I can't remember. Reminds me of Fuden Fighters. I love the way they animated the. Yeah, I think there was an episode where one of them did a betrayal. I actually really like the characters that do the betrayal and then like realize they're wrong, because I think it's such a great character growth arc. Hang on, let me look up the sushi one. Let me see if I can find it. It was like a sushi, the fighting cartoon. Right, sushi battle, dancing sushi. I can't find it. Sushi Cartoon Network, maybe. Name dropping. Sushi Pack. It was called Sushi Pack. Oh, they had. Oh. So I'm getting memories now. It was called Sushi Pack, and they had it was 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 5 characters, and it was really cute because you know how like there was the octopus sushi. He literally had like octopus arms, and then the crab sushi had like pincer buns on her head. There was the egg sushi. He could throw egg balls. There was Wasabi, who didn't talk, but he could throw fiery wasabi balls. I don't know what the purple one did, but she was psychic. I don't know what she's meant to represent. Maybe Tuna? Is Tuna psychic? Taco, Maguro, Ikura, Kani. Oh, she's Maguro. She's tuna. For some reason, she has psychic powers, which I don't understand. Because, you know, Taco had like ink, because he's an octopus. Ikura could throw eggs, because he was made of eggs. Hani was crab, so she could cut stuff. Wasabi, fire. I don't know why the tuna one has psychic powers. A warning, Chiyo is replacing the orange monkey who betrayed Aldama. Oh yes, I remember now. I remember. Yes, the orange monkey betrayed and then went evil. Can't remember if he came back at the end. Does anyone remember there was also the sumo one? There was the sumo cartoon. Well, ones where there are like 3 sumos and they're like brothers or something and they were just wrestling. And there's a lot of cartoons that follow the same format back in the day. There was also is it Luchadore? There was the fighting Mexican one. We later learned the main villain was the creator of the monkeys and became evil because he got access to evil dimension. I see. I'm slowly remembering stuff, but it was really long ago, and I have really bad memory, so I probably forgot a lot of things. There was Luchador. There was El Salvador, Lucha Libre. Ah yes, Lucha Libre. And there was the I think was it El Salvador where it was the one with Manny and Frida. And is it bad that I always wanted Manny to go evil? I thought like him going evil was so much cooler than him going good. I like they all voted for him to become a hero in the end. If I was old enough to vote, if I was old enough to vote in a cartoon show, I would have voted for him to get the villain ending. Mucha Lucha, yeah. That was the one where they would never remove their masks and stuff, and they were all like they were all fighters in a Mexican like. I don't know why the whole world was all fighting luchadores. The sleepy meds are healing. Good night, Spacey. Get some good rest. We might be here a while. I'm gonna try my best to sew as much as possible. These ones are the ones that are gonna take the longest. And this one. Now I'm gonna try and speed up on the rest. Have a good sleep, Sleepy Spacey. Oh god. I keep calling you wrong S words. I'm gonna slip up again and call you something bad. Good night, Sleepy. Go sleep. Don't hurt your fingers or your wrists. I'll try, but I'm gonna say the needle's stuck again, but Crony released it last month. Crony. Can I change my name to Sleep? Oh. Those of you who don't know, I called Spacey Shaky once by accident and I have never lived it down. It's Freudian. Freudian? No, that's worse. That means I mean it. It's all tongue twisters. What? I know there's a bunch of shows. I mean, some good ones did come out like in the recent times. Like OKKO was fine. Adventure Time is still going on strong. I still really like Adventure Time. I did like Steven Universe. I know people are like, oh, it's not as beloved anymore, but I liked it. You know. Can I? Danny Phantom, yes! Danny Phantom, I love Danny Phantom. And I don't like Butch Hartman. I'll say it right now. You know what? He's living his life. I don't like that. He had a whole bunch of controversy. I'm not gonna talk about it here. I don't like Butch Hartman, but I like that because of him we did get a few good cartoons. Well, mainly because there were a bunch of other people created by him, like Danny Phantom, Very Odd Parents. They had a few reboots with Fairly Odd Parents that didn't really go very well, but the latest one, which is with the new girl, seems alright. I hope they get done. Tough Puppy was around. I didn't like Tough Puppy for the cartoon. I liked it because was it Jerry Springer was voicing the main character? character. I thought he's a nice person. iCarly, we're kind of going out of the realm of cartoons. There's more. There's definitely more. All these obscure cartoons I really like. Do you know the one thing I don't like about Danny Phantom is that it has the Gravity Falls. That's a bit more recent, but it's very good. And I'm glad Alex Hirsch is still doing stuff. Yeah, the one thing I didn't like about Danny Phantom is that Kick Buttowski, Big Kick Buttowski was fun. Kind of short. I felt like it was overstimulating sometimes, so I could only take it in short doses. But the one thing I don't like about Danny Phantom, and one thing I don't quite like in most cartoons, is that they make it's like, oh, this boy and this girl are best friends, therefore eventually they will become love interests. It's fine, like if it's played alright, it's alright if you can do it well, but I didn't like the trope. It's just like, it's so obvious. There's no, why are we like tensioning over stuff? We know they're gonna get together. That was my main thing with you guys know Star versus the Forces of. It was a really good show, but the ending was just terrible. The ending was terrible. The couples that ended up together were like, there was no chemistry between them. They broke off couples with chemistry and they put them together with couples that didn't have chemistry, and the ending was bad. Oh, I hope I'm not like, if you love the ending, good on you, you know. I'm not gonna fall. I'm not getting into ship wars. Ship what you want. But for me, it just, the ending really soured it for me. I would love to hear if you like the ending. For those of you who know about Star versus the Forces of, I think everything was great. The lore is, the ending was kind of messy. I could go ranting on about how I think the ending was really bad. I kind of think that they shouldn't have had this is getting into shipping drama. I'm sorry. They shouldn't have had Star and Marco end up together, because it was just, they had better chemistry as friends. They had absolutely no chemistry as a love interest. Honestly, I kind of agree that even Marco and Tom, if they wanted to pull a sudden boy love ship, it would have been better, because there was so much more moments. Starco was very toxic. It was. And they had so many episodes like having Tom and Star get back together, and it was really sweet, because there was an underlying message of like, hey, if we can find love, then the monsters of Muni can also be loved as well. And then they just threw it they threw it all away in the end. The ending was just I'm sorry, this is turning into a Star versus the Forces of Evil rants. Again, if anybody did enjoy the ending of Star versus the Forces of Evil, good on you. For me, I just didn't like it. I didn't like how unexplained they all have it. Tom was my favorite character. Eclipsa was really good. After a while, Eclipsa was just like the main focus. I think she just have been on her. It should have all just been on Eclipsa and her husband. Yeah, the characters were done really well. Everybody else was, besides Tom, was kind of left by the wayside. But yeah, again, I don't like it when the romantic interest is just super. I hate it when it's just, oh, the first person you meet and then the opposite gender, so you know eventually you both are gonna get together in the end and you're gonna be love interest. I'm not saying that it can't work if they're well written, sure, but I hate that trope. I hate that trope where it's just the first person you meet in the opening episode, the opposite gender, and you have a moment where you kind of get along and everybody knows that, yep, well, they're gonna be a couple. What's the point in having any tension of that? There's no like, oh, are they gonna get together? It's just automatically, yep, I know they're gonna get together. Which is why I really appreciate those shows where they introduce like love interests halfway, or they show the realism of like, yeah, maybe it was a first love, but it's not always gonna end up. I liked Regular Show. I liked A lot of people might disagree, but I like how regular show in the ending that Mordecai doesn't get together with any of the characters that we know. Shipping in regular show is like the least important thing on that show. That show had so much other things going on for it. Snap. But yeah, a lot of people like wondering like, oh, why didn't Mordecai get together with any of the female characters we know? I really like that in the ending they kind of showed that he lived his life, and eventually he found somebody that worked for him, and it's nobody that we know, but you know, you move on with life and you meet new people, and I really appreciate that they gave us that. You know, life is not defined just by the people in your immediate vicinity. You're gonna grow up, you're gonna tons and tons of, you're gonna figure yourself out. I'm gonna remove this section so that I can work on the back section of. Keep rewatching Rigby's graduation speech, very inspiring. Yeah. Kind of like, I really liked Benson in that show. I liked him as a boss. Actually, he was a really good boss. New threat time. Threat on. The young ones are never gonna know what it was like to watch regular watch Gil and Zane. I kind of feel like most things are a bit too heavily networked nowadays. A lot of things the network will want to control and make sure it's safe. But you gotta, the best cartoons are always the ones that go a little bit out there, that introduce new concepts to, that aren't afraid to showcase stuff. Like, you know, the old Disney, when the old Disney wasn't afraid to have like death as a topic. Sometimes they still do, but it's very sad. I swear Benson, Rigby, and Mordecai would have been fired by episode 3. Yeah, but he had a soft heart. He kept everyone on, you know, kept them all together in a way. The bald knee with only the hair at the sides. They literally had a show called Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Oh yes, I love that show. I really liked it. I liked Mandy. She was a fun character. It was weird. It was gross. It was off-putting, but that's what made it so good. Invader Zim as well was really fun. They did do a movie. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I heard it was a good movie. Oh, do you know Gendy the guy who made Samurai Jack? He does a show called Primal, and they're doing season 3 now. I'm excited that the caveman like spoilers for season 3. But yeah, Billy and Mandy was good. It was weird, it was gross. It was funny. You should watch Primal, it's a good show. I think Primal is one of his best shows. I think slightly better than Samurai Jack, because there's no real romance. Gendy is not very good at doing romance. He's like good for a little bit of it, but then kind of fumbles it too, and which is why I think Samurai Jack was a bit weird, the way it just suddenly ended with like a romance when I don't, it was weird. It was a weird romance. I liked his other show though. Was it Immortal Unicorn Warriors Forever or something? He has a very good artistic style. Not always the best romance. I do think Unicorn Warrior has good romance in it. I don't mean to make romance always the topic of a show. I do enjoy it when shows get it, because so many shows get it wrong. So, and yeah. So Gandhi is really good at a lot of things. Just not very good at like portraying relationships of a romantic nature. I think he always rushes it. What else is Gandhi was a lot of people's childhoods. I haven't seen Unicorn Warrior. He did it a while back. But I think everybody is hoping for a season 2. It ended on a season 1. It ended on a cliffhanger. Don't know if he's coming back to do it, especially now he's busy with Prime. I think it's on his mind. Like, if Samurai Jack was on his mind for all these years, and he eventually came back and did it, and then made a whole game for it, then I'm sure he'll come back and do Unicorn Warriors again. It's a good show, it's not bad. It's different, I think, in that you get a lot more talking. You get a lot more talking in Unicorn Warriors. Primal is nearly entirely silent. Samurai Jack, he wasn't like a chatty character, it's more like him being talked around. But Unicorn Warriors, you got a lot more dialogue. And it's interesting to think like about you know, being the reincarnations of certain warriors, and then having to deal with like your old life and your new life come together. It raises a lot of interest. Have you seen Our House? Our House is good. Our House, the creator went on to do Knights of Genevieve, which we don't know if it's getting I don't know if it's getting like greenlit. It might be the pilot was too expensive to produce and they're just not gonna Knights of Guinevere. But it was a good pilot. I do hope somehow she manages to get it off the ground. You know, it's a shame. Some people have really good ideas, but they're just hampered by budget. Everything's on a budget nowadays. But Our House was good. I really liked what was his name? What was their name? The one, I can't remember their names at this moment. Look it up. I like Rain. I like Rain a lot. Rain and yeah, mostly Rain. I think Emperor Bellows was really interesting. I kind of wish we went deeper into like what made him this way and his brother and everything. I would have been interested to know about them. I guess Rick and Morty is still going on. That's fine. I think Rick and Morty is a decent show. It's enjoyable, to an extent. You can see why people like it. Oh, Kim Possible. Kim Possible was another one. Pretty sure the Golden Knight was an attempt to clone. Yeah, they were. Like Hunter. Was it Hunter? Was one of the clones. But also, I wish we dive further into that. I would love to see like what was the entire thought process. What's going on with it. I can't remember if it was clear why his brother left him. I don't remember if it was him falling in love with a witch or if that was a fan theory. I'm not. Yes, Hunter. Then there was Kim Possible as well. Kim Possible, another one where I didn't like, where I was like, oh, there's two characters at the start. One's a boy, one's a girl, so they must eventually fall in love. Why? Ron was fun on his own. You don't need to make every boy-girl pairing in a cartoon become a couple. Unnecessary. All the classics the younger generation will get to experience. Yeah. It was also really weird that they kind of made Shigo and Dragon as well towards the end. It's like, what? You don't need this. You don't need to make every boy-girl pairing into a couple. Sometimes they can just be friends or employee and boss. It's fine that way. Not everything needs romance. I think it would have been more fun if you like introduced somebody that wasn't with Kim Possible all the time. Like, oh, you know, give it more depth. Don't just like, oh, actually, it turns out I liked you all along, even though zero indication, zero chemistry, sort of thing. Platonic friendships. Make that a thing. Make that. Funny now you mention, I can't help notice these now. Yeah, they always did it. They always did it back then. If there was like the two people that were friends, that were boys, and that was a boy and a girl. I didn't notice it as a kid either, but I remember feeling irritated about it. Look, if it was written well, fine. But most of the time it was just, yeah, they're opposite gender, they're friends, therefore a couple. But what else was there? Phineas and Ferb has gotten a reboot. I've taken it out of the oldies. Puffy Ami Yumi was a thing. Camp Lazlo. Oh, Kids Next Door. I miss Kids Next Door. They were supposed to get a reboot, but I don't think it ever happened. I think American Dragon was fine because it was from the beginning. Yeah, American Dragon, they didn't pair him up with... Did he have a girl best friend? Aside from Rose? Or was Rose... I forget. Did he have friends? He had, oh yeah, he had Trixie. Trixie was friends to him. Yeah, American Dragon did it fine because they always... They did it, they were like, okay, yeah, this is Rose, he likes Rose, and we're gonna make her interesting now by making her have this whole warrior thing going on, and then he's gonna have to like choose between duty and all that. They did pair as friends again. Yeah. It was slightly less egregious being side characters, and you know what, maybe there's a dynamic there. Honestly, if in Danny Phantom, Tucker and Sam had gotten together, I would have understood it because they're like always ground team, spending so much time together, that goth and nerd, even though they're kind of different worlds. They had this kind of good banter going on. I don't know when Sam started liking Danny. I don't know when he started liking her. It was just, why couldn't he have stuck with the ghost hunting girl? That was a fun dynamic. Just keep him single, not every cartoon. Even Butch Hartman, another person who didn't know how to do romance, among stuff. You know, Timmy had such a good thing. Timmy, the main point of Fairly Odd Parents wasn't romance, but I saw a YouTube video recently talking about how Timmy and Trixie actually had really good chemistry in the beginning because they had this, you know, Timmy pretended to be a girl to try and get closer to her, and then he learned that she was tomboy, and that was something she couldn't really show, and that was good. Showed a different side to her, and it's like, alright. But I'm fine with the fact that they never committed giving him an actual romantic look. Even in the episode The Future, I remember somebody said that the kids purposefully look like Trixie and Tutti, the obsessed girl, in order to keep it ambiguous, like which one he actually got together. If he did get together, right? So that was fine. That was fine. No romance in. I love cartoons. Can tell because I'm rambling about them so much and kind of rewatching Fairly Odd Parents. Timmy's parents were so horrible. Yeah, they were kind of played for laughs at first, like oh slightly, and after most of the time the horrible children just don't have all that great. What other cartoons? Oh, you know, but that's why Our House was so good, because it wasn't obvious that they would become love interest with each other, and they did have a very fun chemistry dynamic. I mean, you want to point out the obvious, yeah, they're both girls, but that's gender doesn't account for chemistry. You need to have good chemistry first and foremost, and everything else is second. Good story. And you don't get to go out. How much you spend all day in front of the... Honestly, not a lot. Don't have a TV. Because now everything can be watched on. Watch a lot of things on snippet. I like watching essays, and I've been going out a lot more, which is good. Because I like to go to the library, just work over there. I think it helps. Get, you know, in the post-apocalypse, I run out to the library. Inspect the library. What do they want? I like that. I like going out. I'm able to. A lot of VTubers. I feel very lucky I get to go. I'm gonna take being able to sorry to get a bit deep there. I used to remember switching channels to skip ads so I would get entertained. Probably why I know so many shows. There was a skip ad before skip ad was a thing. Yeah, I think cartoons can be amazing. Can teach you so much even as a kid, and then as an adult you look back and you learn even more. Oh, Tangle was a good cartoon. I do think they rushed the ending a bit by making the girls make up very suddenly. I feel like the villain needed a deeper plan other than just it. Like they had a good premise, but it wasn't bad. It was better than Star vs. the Force. Never stop harping on about how I wish that show. I like watching cartoons. I like watching games. I just like watching. I guess is why I ended up liking to VTubers as well, like Crony. Cartoon. Show you parts of the world that you didn't really know about. The reveal that she was Mother Scoffle's daughter was crazy. It was. I do wish the ending was a bit slowed down. I think it's because they had to finish in a certain number of episodes. But I do think that like the whole them reconciling was a bit rushed. But it was alright. Still did alright. It wasn't bad. What other cartoons are there? No, there are tons and tons that I could talk about. Johnny Bravo was a thing as well. Didn't really watch him as much. Amazing World of Gumball has been rebooted. I should catch up with that. I love the original. It's still pretty funny. I've seen some clips. It's not afraid to just go all out and be cringy and funny and all the weird stuff. And I respect it. Ed and Eddie was fun. It was fun. I think it was one of the earliest shows that it was just like people living their life. Chowder was good. Just looking through the list of things I have on my screen. Oh, and they always used to do those old Cartoon Network spots where you would see the characters interact with each other. They would be doing laundry or something, or they would just be going about their day and they would interact with other cartoon characters. That was really cool. I wish they brought that back. Release my needle, Crony. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Just listing things off. The Goat Mr. Bean, yes. They did it. I think they're coming out new episodes now of Mr. Bean, but he talks a lot more. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I feel like it lost a little bit of the slapstick humor. I prefer the older versions of his cartoon. His live action wasn't bad as well. The newer ones, is just something missing. But Mr. Bean was funny. I think I like the live action one a bit more because like seeing Rowan Atkinson actually act is super funny. The cartoons don't do it justice. In fact, I think the cartoons are almost a bit more grounded than how he acts in real life. Because he can contort his face into just so many funny expressions. Crazy that 2 last year Totally Spies episodes. Oh yes, I heard they also came back. I didn't catch out the reboot. I don't know how good the reboot is. Or the continuation. I never watched Sailor Moon also, unfortunately. I think I caught a few episodes, but I don't know, I wasn't into it. It's funny they keep rebooting all these old cartoons. I'm not against it if they genuinely have good ideas or they're bringing it to a newer generation. Like DuckTales. DuckTales, I think, is the example of a nearly perfect reboot. Have you seen Robot Boy? Yes, I also saw Robot Boy. I love the transformation. The story didn't grip me as much, I think, but it was fun. It was an alright show. Yeah, they keep doing reboot after reboot. I think it's fine if they're handing it off to new writers who have a deep love for the show. Again, DuckTales, I think, was one of the best reboots I've seen, where they really elevated the show and they made it their own. But stuff like Powerpuff Girls, the reboot wasn't good. Even the good episodes weren't as good as the worst episodes of the original Powerpuff. Watched it for the cool robots, yeah. Oh, there was that one with the truck driver that powers a mech or something. Ouch! Ow! Too hard. Ronnie stabbed me. You saw him. He was holding a needle and then stabbed me. There was this one where the blonde boy and genius sister gives him gadget. Oh, Johnny Crash or something. It was alright when I saw it. Looking back, I know a lot of people didn't like it because it was loud and nonsensical. Looking back, yeah, I can get that. It was a bit alright. He had twin sisters. It didn't really say much as a cartoon, but as mindless entertainment, it was okay. I felt like they wanted to make it more like a franchise thing. But yeah, it didn't do all that much for me. It was in the realm of like a normal cartoon that I could kind of enjoy. And then I didn't really think much of it afterwards. A piece of heaven. strong. Don't let the zombie fanboy end you. Hello, Hermit. Hello, Ziphis. Hello. Sorry, I didn't chat. Talking about old cartoons. You guys have any old cartoons to watch? Ow. Stabbing me. The fanboy is fighting back. Thank you for the hydrate goodie. I will drink something. I still have my chocolate. My malt chocolate drink. It's good. Cold. It's cold. Maybe I'll make more later on. You know, the saddest ones are the cartoons that never finish, or they never have a good ending, or they just end. Oh, Flapjack. I remember Flapjack. It was a weird cartoon. I liked weird. Like Chowder was also weird. It was weird, but at least Chowder got like a proper ending. Flapjack was strange. There were talks about having Darkwing Duck come back, but so far no dice. I'm just looking through the list of old cards. Oh, Juniper Lee was also good. Juniper Lee was good, but I think it didn't test well, so we never really got more of her cartoon. It was really interesting. She was like a monster fighting, monster hunting, protagonist. Yeah, Juniper Lee was fun. That's what I'll say. It was fun. Amphibia was another good one around the same time as Owl House. Hercules had a show. Just listing off old cartoons. Oh, Pepper Ann is old. Tailspin, Batman the animated series. You guys know that my first word was Batman. Legitimately, that's what I've been told, is that the first word I spoke was not mom or dad or dada or mama, it was Batman. Yes, it's what I've been told, is that my first word was Batman. I don't even know how I would have said it, but everyone swears to me that it was Batman. To be fair, I do like Batman. I love the Batman animated cartoon. It's really fun. It's good. Good cartoon. I don't know what my second word was. Nobody ever told me my second word. Nobody ever tells you what's the second thing you say. You think they would if the first one is so important? That they would come up with like, okay, yeah, the second one was this. I was wondering, should I continue sewing when I do the late night stream? Should I do something else? Still no idea, honestly. No idea what I'm gonna do for the late night stream. I got a meeting after the stream on the very late night. I have to stay up the whole night. I'm gonna have to sleep today. We'll watch cartoons. Could watch old cartoons with everyone, but I don't wanna get flagged. Bee and Puppy Cat, Craig's Creeks on the newer ones. 1990 cartoons, DuckTales, Chip and Dale Rescue Force was good. Tarzan. Oh yeah, they had a Tarzan cartoon. Like after the movie came out, like a lot of movies they had cartoon versions for them ready. Like if this movie did well, we will release it as a cartoon. Looking bald. Who in the right mind will look at this character and go, yeah, I can make that into a plushie? I did. But to be fair, I never said easy. I knew it was gonna be a pain. This balding crony. Mission to get this up for his next model. I can fix him. Trust. I can give him hair. I kind of don't want to give him hair because I'm so proud of what I did for the brain that I want to keep the brain exposed. It's gonna be partially covered by hair. You can see all his hair around him. He's shedding. He's balding. The femboy is balding. Is it too much? I don't have enough people, but is it too much to have just an inside joke between us, between those of us who are in Crony's server, that he's balding? He was balding before, now he's nearly bald. Can we just have an inside joke where only we know what balding crony looks like, and it looks like this. This is balding crony. I should leave it like this, right? It's like, here, crony. This is your plush. This is your smooth head plush. If I was crazy, this whole thing would be brain. I'm not that crazy. The amount of effort it would take to make the whole thing brain would be too much. So you get half exposed brain, half hair. It's just our little secret chat. My Cosmere, that crony is secretly balding. And but it makes sense, right? As a zombie, that he's balding and he has to sew on his hair. Our secret. I should release a video. Secrets of Femboy Zombie reveal. Scissors wants to come along for the ride. I say it again though, I do really admire Crony energy. I wish I had that kind of student energy. Just imagined him as a zombie. He is a zombie. He's a zombie. Balding zombie. Like, imagine if his model with one eye is falling out. He does have like guts. Sometimes he has guts falling out. I love his model. The model's amazing. That's one of the first things that drew me to Necronival really. Oh! Ah! Okay, there's no blood. Ripping skin. Can't even be seen, so it's fine. I love the aesthetic, and then I watched his VODs and video. It's weird because I've said it before, we are on totally opposite ends of the spectrum of personality and VTuber. I really enjoy watching his stream because he is the opposite. And I wish I could be as fun and out there as he is. Make a bunch of weird jokes. be a bit lewd, show off my feet stuff. I wish I could be comfortable with jokes like that. I try to be, but sometimes you can't help what you're comfortable with. Thank you, Goody. That means a lot. But yeah, I do at times wish that I could be like how other VTubers are not afraid to be a bit lewd and a bit out there and make the really funny, cringy jokes and not care. I wish I could not care and be that way. But yeah, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable to do all the sexy jokes, even though I think they're funny. And part of me does worry, like, does that mean that I'm not gonna be as popular as the people that do, because there is an audience for that. You know, numbers and stuff. I would rather be comfortable than play a lie. And it's really kind of you to say goodie. I think I'm doing. My chat as always extremely kind, extremely nice, smart people, because you all solve D&D puzzles. We can't forget that. You all always solve all the D&D puzzles so far that I've put out. So you are certified smart. Yeah, I guess that's one of the few things I've been worrying about lately. I heard this from someone who is a VTuber. How did you hear? I've been speak a little bit about like the social society stuff. I've been looking at. I know I shouldn't. You shouldn't. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to. And VTubing is better to be someone more natural than. I agree. I wanna be truthful and natural and sincere, and as much of myself as possible. I think eventually I probably will change just naturally, like learning how to do VTubing. Sorry about that, my internet disconnected. Oh, it's okay, it's first. Take your time. We're glad that you're back with us. Because being a persona for a long time will be taxing and tiring. Yeah. I think eventually there will be changes. Like, you know, I'll learn to speak better. I'll learn to be more open and out there. So you might see me open up and be more sociable more, hopefully. But I always want to try and stick true to myself, true to chat. I wanted to be a VTuber one day in the future, so I did a lot of research. I think you'd be a good VTuber, goodie. You can try. Why not try it? Adorable. I think every oshi has an oshi. There's always somebody you look to admire. Well, I don't know. Maybe Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse does. Iron Mouse looks in the mirror and she says, "Yeah, I'm my own role model. I made it." I don't think she is that arrogant, but I think she is that confident. Yeah, all those VTubers that can be so out there. There's always something to admire about their confidence. We've given him like the sideburns. Now we gotta start giving him actual hair on top. I gotta figure out like what is the first few things to found. Let me slowly reconstruct his hairstyle. Iron Mouse been streaming since the early days of Twitch. You can't compare your day 1 to someone 5. Yeah, she's big. I think she becomes a standard because a lot of people, you know, when they first hear about VTubering, it's usually from her because she's one of the biggest. Even I knew of her before I started, just because she's one of the biggest. I admire her personality. I don't know why she didn't catch my eye as much as this zombie Femboy did. Abusing my oshi. But I admire her energy as well. I like that she's so out there and that she, you know, that she's resilient. But she also, everybody knows she does have an illness that prevents her from going. So that's why she became a VTuber, is because she couldn't hit out as much. I learned about VTuber from Nisanji, especially the EN division. Then the drama happened. So much drama. I learned, it's sad when I learn about VTubers. I think, oh, then they look interesting, and then I learned that they have some drama associated with them. I was just like, no. I wanted to be a corporal VTuber. I've considered being a corporal VTuber. Actually, I say I consider it. I don't know how much. I don't know what you have to do to be a corporal VTuber. There's like mixed signals about whether it's easier or harder or what have you. So I'm dumb. I don't actually know what it means. Corporate. Now not so much. Yeah, corporations is kind of blown up in different ways. I don't think it's bad. I think there are still good VTubers that are part of a corporation. Just hard to find them. Or it's not as beloved as it was. You still wanna be a VTuber, don't you? Know, I'll encourage you. Oh, go live your dream if that's what you wanna do. If it's not anymore, that's okay. I feel like I should study more how to be a... Kinda became a VTuber on a whim. Didn't even know much about VTubing. How I found my oshis, I just looked up VTuber, I saw them, and I'm like, ooh, okay, you're gonna be my role model from now on. I'm gonna base everything I do off of you. Maybe on the side, like something like a hobby. Yeah, I'll do it as a hobby. For me, it was also started out as a hobby. Oh well, it started off as a way to eventually show off the stuff I want to do. Plushie's wasn't one of them, by the way. Not today, still a student who has a lot to grow and learn. Do encourage though that if you're okay, you should start a bit earlier, because as a student you do have a lot more time. Once you become working, it's a bit harder to find free time to do. So it's not bad to start off a bit earlier as a student, I think. But don't drop out of school. This is not Tenny's advice to drop out of school. Stay in school. But yeah, don't be afraid to start early. I think it's never too early to start. Look at this zombie boy. Look, he's a child. To me, he is a child and he is a VTuber. What is he doing? Taking school. No, but you know, I like Crony's life story. You know, he talks a lot about becoming a VTuber, to live out his dreams and all that. He's also a bit fragile, so being a VTuber gives him the escape. When I first came into the VTuber space, I felt a bit bad because a lot of Meteorite, hello, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Meteorite. Welcome. Oh, there's bombs. Oh no. Oh, everybody's flying. Hi, Strawberry. Welcome, raiders, into my chat. I'm Tene from the post-apocalypse, and I sew plushies. Today I'm just sewing this little. Thank you for the follow, Strawberry. Thank you so much. Today I'm just sewing this little one of my oshis, this little zombie femboy whose hair I'm trying to sort out. He's still balding now. I haven't put on all his hair. Did you have a good stream? Alright? What did you do? I want to hear all about it while I figure out these hair pieces. He's got so much hair! I know we say he's balding, but he does have a lot of hair. Oh, what was I saying? I was just talking. So I was talking a little bit about what it was like to become a VTuber. And when I first entered the space, right, I felt a bit... This is weird. I felt a bit out of place because a lot of VTubers, they become VTubers because they are unable to leave their homes, or they have a bit of illness and stuff. But I say and stuff, I don't mean to be dismissive. Obviously, they go through a lot of hardships, a lot of struggles. And to me, because I am socially anxious and weird. My brain is the weird one. I was like, oh, I'm healthy relatively. I feel kind of bad, like I'm coming into a space that's not for me. And of course, you don't have. It's not a requirement to have any sort of illness or disability to be a VTuber. That's a very odd way to think. But it's just the way I was thinking at the time, because I felt like I was coming into something almost a little bit sacred, and I didn't want to come in and encroach upon anybody who saw this as an escape. But for me as well, it is an escape. I'm healthy, of course, nothing to worry about me, but I do have I do have such a build-up of anxieties that it feels good to come here and be, I don't know, just to be me on the screen. What's the name of your Oshi? Necronival? Yes, Necronival. Necronival is my Oshi. I kind of want to shout them out, but I think they get a notification if I shout them out, and I feel too shy for that right now. Necronival is my Oshi. So this is one of the oshis I'm sewing. I did do Vella's life a while back. She was the plushie before this. I made one of her as well. Yes, Necroni, a very, very admirable oshi that I have. That I enjoy making plushies of. Trying to nail him. He's a zombie fanboy. Instead of introducing myself, I should just introduce Crony, right? Free advertising. So this is the Cronival. He is a zombie fanboy. He has all sorts of gaming streams, all sorts of variety streams. He does ASMR. He's funny. He's funny. He does all the funny stuff. I just admire his energy. But yeah, I felt like I was encroaching onto VTuber space by being healthy and being a VTuber. Which is, again, very weird thoughts. Very weird thoughts. They have no basis. I just didn't want to come in and take away from people. Which, again, you don't have to have any sort of illness or mental thing to be a VTuber. Anyone can be a VTuber as long as they are wanting to spread a little bit of happiness around this world and do something that makes them happy. Gonna get some tea. I expect some tea when you come back. I want to hear the gossip. Anybody can be a VTuber as long as you just wanna be good to people. And honestly as well, I think a lot of VTubers, when they become VTuber, I don't know if they have this experience. You can tell me if you have ever VTubed before. But the first time I saw myself as Tene over here, it felt so right. And I felt so happy seeing myself move and do all these things. And yeah, I'm over here, but that's also me. If I can point, not with this wrist. That's also me. down there, I can pet myself, kind of. It's also me on the screen. That's as much me as I am over here. Felt right. It felt good to be there on the screen. Can't explain it. Never explain it. It's unexplainable as always. I always describe it when something feels right. It feels like coming home. And several times I've come home. Come home whenever I stream. I come home whenever I play D&D. Come home whenever I do stuff. Feels right. So that's why I do this weird stuff. No, it's just okay. I feel my voice going just a little bit, and I know it's getting late. I could go on for longer. I do have stuff. So what I'll do is I'll pin all of this in. I'll pin all of this in. I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Because not much will change once I sew it down. He regrew his hair. Yes, he got a hair transplant from, I don't know. Pick your favorite VTuber, they're bald now. All the white bits from tennies. Well, no, my hair is gray. You can see my hair is gray. Today is blue. Trying to figure out his. Got too much hair. Should just have made him bald. Tene is balding. That's why I wear the hood, so you don't see my secret shame. If I took this off now, you just see nothing underneath. Maybe this ain't even my real hair. It's just part of the hood. Pin on every. I'll show you what it looks like pinned. Then I'll probably call it so that everybody can go and get rest. So much hair. Got so much layers of hair. I love it and I hate it at the same time. But also, secretly, Necronova has released a plushie. It released a plushie and it's a really good plushie. It looks really good. Really, I hope one that we do is a little bit better. I mean, first off, it's hand sewn. It's not much we can. Hi, Kamen Rider. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I might end it really soon. I'm sorry you're coming in, as I'm gonna end it soon. Sorry about that. But thanks for dropping by. I can at least show you the results of what I've done so far. Is this pin his skull's too thick? Crony, let me push it in. Eventually, this is gonna be the back. There. I'll also pin this in. What the final result will look like. Because I'm gonna take some time to sew it all together. And it's not gonna be that interesting. I'm gonna like sewing the main point. I'll pin it down. I'll show you what I still need to do is bow. Its bow at the back is up. I'm looking forward to doing it, but also I'm not looking forward to doing it at the same. Music stop. The music knows that it's time to go soon. Alright, so. So. This This is eventually what he'll look like once I've sewn everything. You can compare it to the one in the corner over here. Oh, I will sew some things down. I might leave this area a bit clearer so you can see. I'm so sad that quite a decent chunk of his brain is covered up, but that was always the plan. So I always had to do a bit more. This is what he'll eventually look like once everything is properly. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll sew everything down. I'll adjust something. Yeah, but this is, you can see this part's already sewn down. This is more or less his head. Again, I still need to do the bow at the back. Hello, Rise. Hello, hello. Welcome to this. I'm nearly ending the stream. I'm just showing everyone what this is gonna look like. I'll sew down all these points. I'll pin it down. Once this is done, I still need to do his bunny ears. His bunny ears up here. He's a Necron. He's a zombie bunny. Why, Crony? Well, I shouldn't shake it. Why do you have so many parts? Why is your design so beautifully complex? Yeah, I have to do his bunny ears. I'll do his bunny ears next. I'll figure out his bow. His bow is a whole nother thing I need to do. And then next week, I'll try and have his body ready. I'll try to have his body ready and everything, and he'll be a little bit more complete. I actually think maybe his body won't be as hard to do. He will be a little bit bigger than the average plush because there's so many skills to him I want to catch. So yeah, it's gonna take a lot. But you know what? I'm proud of what I've accomplished so far. Hope Crony likes it. Feel bad for the guard. He's trying to get this model. He's posted it on Twitter. He says he's trying to get two twin. I don't know how you pronounce it. Two twin to rig it. That's his dream rigger. And I think two twin. I don't know if they're a woman or a man or an in between. But I hope he gets his dream. And if not, then I hope he'll like this plushie and rig this plushie. I'm going to. We just hit a nice number. I'm going to send you all to raid somebody. Rise is no longer streaming, are you? Or else I would send everybody to raid you. I'm gonna see who else I can raid. If there's anybody online at this moment. Chimpanzee is online. Is there anyone else? No, then okay, let's go raid Chimpanzee. Let's go raid Chimpanzee. Thank you everybody for coming onto the stream with me, spending time with me, talking about cartoons and all the stuff. I feel so much better after this stream. I did feel a little bit sad, but the sads have gone. I'm gonna work on him off stream. You go watch Chimpanzee. And you know what our raid message should be is tell the monkey he's balding. From Tene with love, you're balding. Alright, I'll start the raid now. Thank you everybody. Please go get some rest if you need to. Have fun watching Chimpanzee. Sleep well. Tene will go and do all the stuff. Bye bye everyone. Can never find the buy button fast enough. Alright, Tene's out. Bye bye.